Least to most opinionated zodiac signs. Alright, listen. Today's video is about to expose something you've definitely noticed but never really questioned. Some zodiac signs drop opinions like they're breaking news, and others act like sharing a thought requires legal approval. And here's the plot twist. The ranking is not what you expect. Using real personality patterns and psychology, we're breaking down why some people speak instantly while others need a whole internal meeting first. Let's dive in. Number 12. Capricorn, the silent strategist. Capricorn has plenty of opinions. They just don't release them without a purpose. Their mind operates like a boardroom where every thought needs strategy and logic before being shared. Psychologists call this cognitive restraint, meaning they only speak when their opinion actually improves the situation. A Capricorn won't join random debates or comment on every detail, but when the topic involves efficiency, structure, or common sense, they suddenly become the quiet kid who stands up and says, "All right, here's the version that actually works." They speak rarely, but always with intention. Number 11. Pisces. Quiet opinions, loud awareness. Pisces notices everything, but they won't speak unless the vibe genuinely calls for it. Their opinions are influenced by emotional mirroring, a psychological trait where they absorb the room's energy and avoid disrupting harmony. It's not indecision, it's sensitivity to conflict. Pisces expresses their viewpoints through soft phrases, metaphors, or creative hints because direct confrontation feels too sharp for their emotional wiring. Ask them what they think, and you'll get a gentle, thoughtful answer that somehow feels like a poem, a feeling, and a peace treaty all mixed together. Number 10. Virgo. Opinionated only when it counts. Virgos notice everything, but they only speak when their input actually improves something. Their mind is constantly in problem-focused mode, a psychology-backed pattern where efficiency guides communication. They're not trying to control, they just want things to function correctly. That's why Virgo might ignore a heated debate, but instantly pause the room to correct a detail that actually matters. Their opinions come out calm, helpful, and extremely specific, almost like a polished product review. They don't speak to hear themselves, they speak to add value. Number 9. Cancer. Emotional opinions, selective delivery. Cancer saves their opinions for moments that genuinely matter. Their stance is shaped by tribal loyalty psychology, meaning they're outspoken only when something affects their people or their emotional safety. They avoid unnecessary conflict, but when they do speak up, the impact is unforgettable. A Cancer won't argue about trivial things like movies or restaurants, but if someone crosses a boundary or disrespects someone they care about, prepare for a very calm yet very pointed speech. Their opinions land softly but powerfully, like emotional facts. Number 8. Libra. Balanced opinions that still have bite. Libras have opinions. They just present them like negotiations. Their mind naturally runs on high perspective taking, meaning they see multiple angles before settling on one. That's why their opinions come with context, nuance, and the occasional disclaimer. Ask a Libra what they think, and you'll get a smooth, detailed answer that feels like a polite verbal essay. They cushion their viewpoints to avoid conflict, but underneath the diplomacy, there's a very real stance. Their opinions may sound soft, but they're always intentional and well-considered. Number 7. Gemini. Fast opinions, even faster updates. Geminis share opinions like they're testing ideas in real time. Their mind runs on cognitive flexibility, allowing them to shift perspectives quickly and effortlessly. That's why they can argue one angle, hear new information, and pivot without feeling wrong. To Gemini, opinions are temporary drafts, not final decisions. They love mental back and forth and treat discussions like a playground rather than a battlefield. Their viewpoints come out quick, witty, and animated, like someone thinking out loud at double speed. It's never dull, just occasionally chaotic. Number 6. Taurus. Quiet voice, unshakable opinions. Taurus forms opinions slowly but firmly. Psychology links this to low openness to rapid change, which makes them trust consistency over sudden shifts. So while Taurus might not be vocal, their opinions are almost impossible to move. They don't interrupt or start arguments, but once they say, "This is what I think," that stance is basically set in stone. Their opinions are grounded, practical, and shaped by lived experience. They don't need to argue. Their steady confidence does all the talking. Number 5. Scorpio. Deep opinions, carefully released. Scorpio forms opinions with intense analysis. They observe quietly, gather information, and only then decide what they truly think. Psychology refers to this as selective disclosure, meaning they only share their opinions when the environment feels safe. When Scorpio finally speaks, it lands with weight, calm, precise, and backed by layers of emotional intuition and research-level thinking. They ignore trivial disagreements, but when the topic matters, their opinion hits like a plot twist. Rarely spoken, always powerful. Number 4. Leo. Bold opinions fueled by identity. Leo shares opinions as a form of self-expression. Psychology calls this identity-driven communication, where viewpoints feel tied to authenticity. Their delivery is confident, expressive, and sometimes theatrically charming. A Leo doesn't speak to dominate. They speak to represent themselves clearly. That's why their opinions come with charisma, humor, and a "listen, here's what's really going on" vibe. Whether you agree or not, you'll pay attention. Their voice naturally carries authority without them trying. Number 3. Sagittarius. Unfiltered truth, no pause button. Sagittarius is the sign of unfiltered honesty. They operate with low social inhibition, meaning their mouth often moves before the social filter loads. To Sagittarius, truth equals respect. Sugarcoating feels fake. Their opinions hit fast, raw, and sometimes unintentionally funny. They don't store thoughts. They launch them, not to offend, but to keep things real. Their energy screams, "Look, someone had to say it." And the wild part is they're often right, even if it stings just a little. Number 2. Aries. Instant opinions, zero filter. Aries reacts instantly and speaks just as fast. Their opinions are shaped by high reactivity, a psychological pattern where impulse leads the way. This isn't anger, it's immediacy. They say what they think in the moment, then edit later if needed. That's why Aries might declare something a bad idea, then revisit it minutes later with a new angle. Their delivery is fiery, blunt, and refreshingly honest. You never wonder where Aries stands. They make sure you know. Number 1. Aquarius. Strong opinions, strong logic. Aquarius tops the list because their opinions come from deeply independent thinking. They operate with analytical detachment, meaning they separate emotion from logic and evaluate ideas like case studies. Once they've reasoned something out, they stick to it. Aquarius listens to everyone, processes quietly, and still follows their own internal logic. Their opinions are confident, well-researched, and refreshingly unaffected by group pressure. They don't argue to win. They argue because they truly believe they've thought it through better than most. And that's our ranking, from the silent thinkers to the full-volume truth-tellers. Drop your sign below and tell me if I nailed yours, or if you've got opinions of your own. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.